substrate out of the goldfish tank we have. Now we're going to talk is through it a bit more today and show you step by step of how we do it. We're using a different technique today as we use here at Stropicals, how to get beneficial bacteria onto your new substrate. So if that's not for you, we're also redecorating the tank. So if that's something that you'd like, just to sit back and relax and just look at someone decorating the tank, that's what we'll be doing. So I'm still not too sure whether to go for live plants or just put in fake plants. As I've talked about in previous videos, we tried to keep live plants in this tank before, but I just couldn't get the grasp of it. So at the moment, I'm actually growing my own Java fern. So I just have to still do a little bit more research on it. So I might put that into the goldfish tank. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll find out later on in the video. If you could like, subscribe, comment, guys, that'd be much appreciated. I'd love to hear from yous if you like my content. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't, that's great too. And yeah, guys, I just hope you enjoyed the video. And I've also have previous videos as well on taking substrate out and putting new substrate on and how to get your beneficial bacteria on and whatnot. If you'd like to go and check them out, it'll be greatly appreciated, guys. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Right, guys, so as you see here, what we like to do as Stropicals is we like to take our old substrate out 24 to 48 hours before we put in our new substrate. That way, all uneaten food that was left underneath the substrate that the siphon didn't pick up, the filter will have time to pick it up. Or if there's like fish poo, the filter will pick it up. So then you're ready then to put in your substrate. Now it'll also be one less thing to do when you're putting in your substrate on the day. This is what we always do here at Stropicals. So we have 2 bags of black gravel that we're going to put in the goldfish tank. So what we'll have to do first is we're going to have to wash them. Now, most bags will say you'll have to wash them anyway before you put them in your tank. Now, if it don't say that, I'd recommend washing them anyway, guys, just to be on the safe side of things. Because if you just put them straight into your tank, it's going to make your tank all like cloudy and dusty because the colour off the stones and the dust is just going to come out of them. So all you're going to need is scissors or a knife or something just to open up the bag and a bucket. Right, so we'll just grab the corner of it, put it up that way, grab your bucket, pour in your stones, and as you see, guys, now I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but you can see it's a bit dusty. So what we'll do now is we'll put cold water on them and give them a rinse. Don't forget now, guys, cold water. And there you can see on the water, it's all gone dusty. Now if you were to put that in your tank, your whole tank would be like that. So as you can see here, it's best to give them a rinse. Regardless if it's on the back of the packaging that you're not to give them a rinse. Right, guys, so once your cold water's in the bucket, put your hand in and just give them a turn. Keep giving them a turn. On that cold water. Now, once after you give them a turn, drain the water out and just keep repeating that process until you see the water clear enough to put in your tank. You can also put a hose in the bucket and leave the hose on. That way the water will just keep flowing out of it and it'll eventually get rid of the dust. Right guys, I'm after rinsing the 2 bags of gravel. Now, I took them out of this bucket and I put them in what we have here now is a saucepan. Right, I just likes to take them out of the bucket that that's been washed in. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to take out the water from the tank. I'm just going to use this jug just to take it out and put it in this small tank that we have. Right, so once we do that, then we're going to put the goldfish in this. But obviously we're going to take out their water and put it into this. Because we're going to have to take out some of the water anyway. Because if we don't take out any of the water, then when we put in the substrate, the water level will rise and then it'll overflow over the top of it. So we might as well use that water and put it in the tank that these goldfish are going to go in for when we're decorating the tank. Before we do that guys, I'm just going to plug out the filter, because if we take water out then it's just going to damage the filter. So I'll do that there now. Okay, the filter's off. Always plug out electricity when you're dealing with water, because it's quite dangerous, which I nearly forgot. So we lift it up and we take out some of the water. And we'll pour it into our other tank. So we're just going to get our net now guys, and we're going to pick up the fish and put them in the little fish tank we have, just so we have them out of the way so we can decorate the tank without worrying about hurting the fish. So we have one here now. And we'll put him in that tank. Now we'll take all them out of it and we'll put them in here so they're nice and safe. Now guys, they're all in there. So now that we know the fish are safe, we can go ahead and start decorating the new tank for their new environment. Right guys, so now we're ready to put in our gravel. So as you can see here, I didn't actually take that much water out. I just took enough out so when I put in the gravel, the water will rise. So we'll grab our pot of washed gravel and we'll that much in. As you notice, now the lid on this tank will stay up by itself, but I can't push it the whole way up because I have a telly above it. So I just use a peg just to keep it in place. As you see here, I just put a peg there and it keeps it up. So there's the gravel so far. So I'm just going to spread that around now. One second there guys. Get this right again. So I was thinking about just kind of making it simple. So I was thinking about just putting these rocks in it. I have 3 of these rocks, just different sizes. So when I spread that out, then I was thinking about what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the decoration from the other tank. But I'll get into that, why I'm doing that later on in the video. So I'm just going to grab my net and just spread it around. Now we'll go ahead and put in the other rest of the stones. Now if you don't get all the dust off it and debris off the stones, don't worry about it, because your carbon in your filter will clean it out for you anyway. But just try your best to get as much as you can out of it. As you can see here, there's still like a little bit of debris left on the stones, but I'm not too worried about it because I know my filter will pick it up and the carbon will clear the water out. I don't like putting too much stones in either, guys, because it's a lot more easier to clean when you don't have that much substrate in. So I'll just pick it up like that in the net. And if you see any like debris floating on top of the water, just scoop it up with your net from the stones. Now guys, so there it is so far. So I'm just gonna go ahead, see all the dust on the top of it and all the bits of debris that I didn't get it all completely off the stones. But don't worry about that, because once you turn on your filter, your carbon and your filter will clean it up for you anyway. Just try to get as much as you can off it. Right, so this is the decoration that I'm going to take out of this tank. And I'm going to put in the newly decorated goldfish tank. So that one there. Right, I went ahead and I took this out of our other tank. Now, the idea of this, guys, is this will already have beneficial bacteria on it. So this is another technique that we use here as Stropicals. That instead of leaving your old substrate in the tank, you can add in decorations from your other tank. And also as well, I'm going to take my filter media out of the filter in the big tank and just cut it up in little pieces and drop it around the tank. That way the beneficial bacteria will crawl off the filter media and onto the new gravel. So I'm thinking about going simple with it, guys. I'm thinking about just like putting that there and leave it in for like about a month for the beneficial bacteria to grow onto the new gravel. Yeah, and I'm just going to add in a few stones. Right guys, I think I'm going to just leave it at that. Just have it nice and simple. As you can see, I didn't go for the Java before and after. I might do another little bit of research on it and then put it in this tank then maybe like a month from now. And I do a video on that as well, just to show you how I'm going to put it in the tank. Just don't forget when you're topping up. So I'll have to top this back up now. So what we use here is Interpret Bioactive Top Safe Plus. It adds beneficial bacteria as well. So I'll use this when I'm topping up my tap water. So that's that guys. I hope you enjoyed. And what I'll do as well is I'm just going to clean the outside of the tank and the inside of the tank and put the fish back in. So stay tuned. Right guys, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm after putting water back in it. So I'm just going to give it a wipe with the magnet. Just for whatever dust and debris come off the stones after sticking to the glass. So I'm just going to give it a quick once over. Now we're going to add in some bioactive tap safe. Give it a quick shake. Spread it over the tank evenly. So now guys, take out our pig. Down. And we plug back in the filter. And as you can see, this filter takes a while. I'm after putting fresh media in it as well, just to get that water nice crystal clear. So I'm happy enough with that anyway guys. What do you think about it? If you could leave a comment of what you think of the tank. Gonna go ahead and put the fish in it. Hopefully they'll like their new home. I'm gonna give it about 15 minutes though guys, just to let it clear up a little bit, and then I'll put the fish in it then. So yeah guys, that's how we do our tanks here at Stropicals. Hope it helped you. So So I'll go ahead and put the fish in it. Right guys, it's been 15 minutes, so I went ahead and I put the fish in. As you can see, they're still just getting used to it a little bit. It seems to be comfortable enough though. Once again, if you could like and subscribe, be much appreciated. If you could comment on maybe if you liked the tank now, then what it was. I'd love to hear from you, see what your opinion would be. Another thing as well is I'm going to turn the lights off on this tank now, just so they reduce their stress down a bit, so they can actually get used to their environment, without having been so stressed after being took out of the tank and then put back in into a new environment. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and best of luck.